Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be talking about muscles of mastication in a very schematic way, in which you will be able to remember the muscles of mastication, basically their origin and insertion, in a very easy manner. So let's just start from first of all, you should know that you have four muscles of mastication. All right, so we will divide it into four. Now, first one is the masseter. Now, for the masseter, there are a few things. First of all, you have three layers in it. All right, so first is the superficial layer, then you have middle layer, and then you have deep layer. All right, now for the masseter, you need to remember that the superficial, it arises from the anterior two-third of zygomatic arch. Then middle is posterior one-third of zygomatic arch, and deep layer is from the deeper surface of zygomatic arch. Now for the insertion, you should know that all of them insert into ramus of mandible. All right, so this is our masseter. Now let's talk about the second one, which is temporalis. Now in temporalis, you should know that insertion origin is from the basically the temporal fossa, excluding zygomatic bone, and from the temporal fascia. Then coming on to the insertion, insertion is on the margins and deep surface of coronoid process and anterior border of ramus. Then coming on to a very important muscle, which is lateral pterygoid. Now in lateral pterygoid, you need to know that there are two heads. One is the upper head and one is the lower head. All right, now for the lower head, you just need to remember one simple thing. From the lateral surface of lateral pterygoid plate. All right, and in upper head, you need to remember from the infratemporal surface and crest of sphenoid bone. Now for the insertion, just know two things. They insert into insertion pterygoid fovea and articular disc and capsule. Now for the medial pterygoid. Now you need to know medial pterygoid has superficial head and deep head. Now in superficial head, you should know that it is first of all small, then from the maxillary tuberosity is the origin, and deep head, now it is similar to the lower head. Just remember, it is from the medial surface of lateral pterygoid plate. All right, then insertion, both of them insert into the medial surface of angle and ramus. All right, so these are the muscles of mastication, basically origin and insertion, and I hope I made it easier for you to understand. We can just recapitulate it once and go through it together. So first of all, just know for masseter, you have three layers, which is the superficial layer, middle layer, and the deep layer. All right, now for that, first of all, you should know anterior two-third, posterior one-third, and deeper surface of zygomatic arch. Both of them will insert into the ramus of the mandible. Then in temporalis, you should know that it is rising from the temporal fossa and fascia. Insertion, coronoid process, and the anterior border of ramus. Then lateral pterygoid, you should know two types of heads. One is upper, one is lower. Okay. Just know if you can't remember which head belongs to which one. So like in lateral we have L, so lower L also, so lower. Okay. But in medial you have superficial and deep. You can remember it as MDS. All right, so medial as deep and superficial, whereas the lateral L, so lower and upper. Then for the first one, you should know upper is from infratemporal fossa. Surface and crest of sphenoid bone. Then lower head is from the lateral surface of the lateral pterygoid plate, whereas the deep head is from the medial surface. Okay, of lateral pterygoid plate. Then the insertion of lateral pterygoid is pterygoid fovea and articular disc and capsule. Whereas in medial pterygoid you have two MDS, so deep and superficial. Deep is, I told you already, superficial is maxillary tuberosity, and their insertion is into the medial surface of the ramus and angle. So this is about the muscles of mastication. And if you like the video, do subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.